And the schedule, Saturday's AllStar Saturday. You got the skills challenge, three-point contest, and the fan favorite, the dunk contest as well. And then Sunday, the 71st NBA All-Star Game, 8 Eastern from Cleveland. Welcome in our All-Stars, Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, and CBS Sports basketball analyst Tim Doyle, the two best friends anyone could have. Kenny, put some knowledge in our minds. What's your approach when wagering on an All-Star weekend?
Well, you know what, Hakeem, there's not a lot to this weekend when you're coming up with experience of doing it. It's a weekend that anything can happen. And I would say if you're going to use any experience, look for some underdogs in all of the events, because you're going to get paid money on those underdogs. The favorites very rarely cover in these big events.
Yeah, and I'm going to just say look for motivation, right? Try to look for storylines of who's going to be motivated actually to be in Cleveland, to win an All-Star game, to win an award. You know, it's so hard to find those motivations. The biggest thing is who's going to be out all in the clubs. You know what I mean? Hakeem Dermish, why aren't you going to Cleveland? Hakeem Dermish walks around with no shirt on in Cleveland. Like, he is the J.R. Smith of HQ when he walks around in the city. Is there any truth to that?
That's absolutely incorrect. There's no truth to that. Zero truth to that. I ain't doing that. No, I'm not doing that. All right, well, that was some good advice, I guess. Festivities begin tonight with the Rising Stars Challenge. Members of the NBA's 75th anniversary team make up the coaching staff led by Rick Barry, Gary Payton, Isaiah Thomas, and James Worthy. Team Isaiah is the favorite at plus 170, led by Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Halliburton. Tim, you've looked through the rosters. We're going to show them here on the screen. Who's the team you're backing to win the Rising Stars Challenge?
You know, I am backing Team Isaiah because they have some guys on this roster, and this is Team Payton and Team Worthy that you're looking at right now. They have some guys on Team Isaiah that I still think are out there trying to prove themselves. And this is a grand stage. And yes, maybe you don't know who Desmond Bane is, but if you go statistical category to statistical category against Desmond Bane versus Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's first 3 years, Desmond Bane actually has an edge. Sadiq Bey is an amazing shooter. Anthony Edwards is a blooming superstar. And Tyrese Halliburton has absolutely blown up since he's gone to the Pacers. And a guy like Isaiah Stewart, he's one of those guys that plays hard like in a lunch run with like a dentist and a chiropractor. Like, I think he's another guy that's going to be motivated. A lot of people don't know about him. So you got two Pistons on the team. They don't win any games. So here's an opportunity to kind of get in that national spotlight. But I think Halliburton is a budding all-star. So is Edwards and so is Bane. So in my eyes, you got three potential all-stars on this team. So I love Team Isaiah. The more I talk about it, Kay, the more I like it. Hammer Team Isaiah.
You saved me a couple hours work. I shouldn't have done the work today because you're right on, Tim. Once again, Desmond Bane actually rated out the highest player of any of the players from these four teams. That's how good he is. And Tim said Anthony Edwards, a budding superstar, and Halliburton. No doubt about it, Team Isaiah has the most talent of any of the four teams. Team Worthy has the lowest or the least amount of talent of any of these four teams, and they're the long shots. When I rated these teams out and then looked what the odds were, hey, the bookmakers did a really nice job in order. They did them right in order. One thing, though, Team Worthy should be getting about 10-1. I don't think they can beat any of these three teams. Team Isaiah, by far, the best team here and the most experienced. That's one thing I did leave out. Experience in all of these contests are going to be very big. And experience here, these guys are all sophomores on Team Isaiah.
Look at that. The BFFs, they're in agreement. They're in lockstep. They're both going with Team Isaiah, the favorites, at plus 170. Again, under a new format, the rosters, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, right? It's a new format. 4 7-player teams compete in a mini tournament with 3 games, each playing to a final target score a la the Elam ending. The winners from the first 2 semifinal games will meet in the final. NBA All-Star Game is Sunday night. LeBron has been a captain for the All-Star Game in each of the 4 years since the new format was introduced. His team has never lost, including a win against Kevin Durant's team last year. In this year's draft, LeBron picked first, took Giannis. Kevin Durant, who isn't playing in the game because of injury, followed by selecting Joel Embiid. Here's a look at both rosters. LeBron's got Giannis, Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Jokic in his starting five. LeBron selected Luka Doncic with his first pick among the reserves, and then added Cleveland's Darius Garland. Kevin Durant starting five, Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, and Andrew Wiggins. KD picked Devin Booker as his top reserve, followed by Karl Anthony Towns. Format is as follows. Teams will compete to win each of the first 3 quarters. Winner of the All-Star game will be the first team to reach or surpass the final target score. The final target score will be the leading team's total score after the first 3 quarters plus 24 points. For example, if Team LeBron leads Team Durant with a score of 195 after the first 3 quarters, the final target score is 124. The Elam ending making the final moments more competitive. Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, and CBS Sports basketball analyst Tim Doyle looking to captain you to a victory this weekend. Team LeBron, a 5.5-point favorite, totals 321 and a hook. For what it's worth, 320 points were scored in last year's game. Kenny, you picking a side or eyeing the total?
I'm eyeing the total. I came in, and again, it's all numbers to me. I went down and broke down the last 4 years, and I got the average score for the first 3 quarters of these games was 84 points times 3, 252. And then I just added 55 was the most they scored in the Elam, so I just added that. So my number was 307 is what I think is going to be scored in this game. So I think this total a little high. I don't think the betting market's going to bet it down. If anything, they could bet it up. But with the Elam ending, though, it really helps under bettors because it's that much more difficult to score that many more points in a fourth quarter. So I like it under the total.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about the Elam ending, I will say this. And I actually talked to the Wizard about this when we were sitting at Santa Anita. Oh, you should have saw it, Akeem. All you can eat, all you could drink. We were sitting there like smoking cigars. We ordered Bloody Marys. Kenny ordered a sandwich. It was never delivered. We're still waiting for that sandwich to go out there, Kenny, and be delivered. But I want you, Wizard, I told you to get the old glass ball. I want you to look into the glass ball. This is the future of basketball, the Elam ending. I think you're going to see it. What Adam Silver is doing right now, just dipping that toe in the water of that target score, because what it's going to create for every single game is a game-winning shot. That's what we go to the game. You know what we don't go to the game for? When it's a 6-point foul, 2 free throws, miss, shoot a 3, foul. Like, that is the one part of basketball. If you're not an avid basketball fan, that is boring. Let's play to a target score, and then let's try to go reach that target score. The All-Star game that was played in Chicago a few years ago, it feels like 10 years ago, that was the most competitive, the best All-Star game a lot of people had ever seen. Now, last year I called the game for the NBA app, and the game was out of whack, and it was never close, never competitive. But the Elam ending is a definite ending. Now, looking at the rosters, you're paying a premium to bet LeBron's roster. And I got a feeling that this game this year is going to go right down to the wire where the target score is literally the last basket of the game for either team. So I think you're getting a massive, I repeat, a massive edge getting 5.5 points. That game in Chicago that went down to the wire, well, that was covered by the underdog as well. If only LeBron James could be as good a GM for the Lakers, Hakeem, as he is for his All-Star team, because he's never lost to the. As far as him being a GM for the Lakers, I think he needs some work.
Yeah, that's true. That is accurate. Giannis won last year's Kobe Bryant All-Star Game MVP award. He's the favorite to win this year at plus 400. Tim, who's your pick to win All-Star Game MVP?
I'll tell you this right now. If I have a 4th kid, all right, I'm going to name that 4th kid Ja Morant Doyle. So I'm going to go with Ja Morant here at 7.5 to 1. I will ask, who leads the NBA in points in the paint? Joel Embiid? Wrong. Giannis Antetokounmpo? Wrong. Nikola? Wrong. Ja Morant leads the NBA in points in the paint. I mean, isn't that a remarkable stat? And this guy is absolutely fearless, and he has bursted on to the national scene. I am holding 50 to 1 MVP tickets. I think that they're going to have to finish second in the Western Conference. He's going to have to catch the Golden State Warriors, but he has been a remarkable player. It's only a matter of time. I said this 3 years ago, and I'll say it again. He's going to be better than Westbrook. He's going to be better than Derrick Rose. Both of those guys won MVPs. It's going to happen eventually, and I think in this All-Star game, it's going to be the welcome to the NBA moment for Ja Morant. Plus, you're getting 7.5 to 1. I'm going to hammer that.
Yeah, I love it. Ja Morant is a great player, and he has so much fun to watch. And I'm sure he is going to have a big game. I'm going with Giannis, who won it last year. He is the best player in the NBA by far, I think, right now. The best. I don't think anybody on the court is as good as him. He showed it in the NBA All-Star game last year, won a championship, and I think he continues on. I just watched him last week when we were in LA playing the Lakers, and man, he was just so dominating. Second quarter, decided he didn't want to shoot the basketball. He was going to facilitate that quarter. I thought, well, he may go under his totals, but everything went over: points, rebounds, assists. He just makes everything look so easy. And that experience of winning that award last year, I think leads to another one this year.
All right, here's a look back at Tim and Kenny's All-Star Game picks. Pick to win the Rising Stars Challenge. They're both going with Team Isaiah. They're the favorites at plus 170. They've got Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton on their roster. In the All-Star Game, Tim's going Team Durant, getting 5.5. Kenny's going under the total, 320, 321.5. And the pick to win the All-Star Game MVP, Giannis plus 425. Tim's going with Ja Morant at plus 750. All right, back here with Tim and Kenny. Turn our attention to All-Star Saturday night with 3 events to wager on. The Slam Dunk Contest is a fan favorite, but the judging, as we've seen in past years, has been suspect. Rockets rookie Jalen Green, who has crazy bounce, is the favorite to win, while Knicks youngster Obi Toppin follows him. Toppin came in second last year to Anthony Simons, who's become a star, by the way, in Portland this season. Kenny, who's your Slam Dunk pick?
Yeah, there's the experience factor right there. I watched Jalen Green. What hops he has amazing leaps, this kid. But so does Obi Toppin, and he has that experience from last year. I like him coming back. He finished second. You know, he must be on a mission. He must want to win this year. So with that experience from last year and at plus 170 this year, I'll take Obi Toppin here.
I think Obi Toppin's the most logical pick, and he has over 70 dunks on the season, and the high riser from Dayton has been, I think, just okay in the NBA. You know, when I broke this down, I started thinking about past dunk champions, and you got to have that whoa moment. And it's kind of hard to do when you're 6'8" because you're so close to the rim that you don't get that crazy like hang time, that crazy elevation. So I'm going to go to a shorter guy here. I'm going to go to Cole Anthony. I was actually surprised to see, guys, that his odds, well, was that plus 280. He's still in the ballpark right here, meaning he still has a chance. Now, you know, Green is a little bit shorter than Toppin, but the fact that Cole Anthony, he's going to have all that Spud Webb, Nate Robinson, D Brown, kind of like all that area. When you slow that down, you see kind of all that space between the shoes and the ground. Cole Anthony's going to have some of those moments. Plus, I think he's got great value.
All right, there you go. All right, now let's get your pick to win the three-point contest. A little tougher with an 8-man field. Luke Kennard is the favorite. He's second in three-point percentage behind only P.J. Tucker. Tucker not in the competition. Patty Mills, Fred VanVleet are. They're both top 4 in three-pointers made this season. Tim, it's a deep field. Who do you like to win the three-point contest?
Keem and Kenny, you know this. When I get something right, I just walk up to the mountaintop and just scream from the top of my lungs, all right? I saw Fred VanVleet play at Wichita State. I called multiple Wichita State games when he was in the backcourt with Ron Baker, and I left the arena saying, that guy will never be an NBA player. Shows what I know, okay? 4th undrafted player in the history of the NBA to become an all-star, and now I'm on the VanVleet train. This year in the NBA, 2nd in the NBA and made threes. He's shooting over 40% from 3, and at his size, I'm telling you right now, he's not 6 foot. You have to be such an amazing shooter because there is no room. Like, and he can shoot from real deep. So the fact that there's going to be nobody guarding him and he's going to be wide open, this is going to show you what pros are all about. Plus, he shoots it really easy. It's not really a jump shot. He just has a little leap off the ground. But Kenny, I'm on the VanVleet train.
Yeah, I like Fred VanVleet, too. A really good player. I'm going to go with C.J. McCollum. You know, he changed teams now. He's with New Orleans. Kind of a change of atmosphere, new life, new blood. He's happy. Things are going well for him right now. 15 for 30 from three-point range his last 4 games. 50% he's hit, and he is just dead-eye right now. And he's been in this competition before, 2016 and 2017, and you're going to give me 9-1 with a guy who can really fill it up. C.J. McCollum, I think, is going to be in this to the end, and hopefully it's Fred VanVleet and C.J. McCollum in the finals.
By the way, Kenny, C.J. McCollum from Northeast Ohio, so he's got that little hometown flavor there. Fred VanVleet, you know, his line is bet on yourself. It's paid off for him so far. All right, a big change to the skills challenge. Instead of a bracketed tournament of individuals, it's a battle between 3 teams. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen. The Antetokounmpo family, Giannis, Thanasis, and Alex. Yeah, they have another brother, Alex. He plays in the G League. And a group of top rookies, Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, and Josh Giddey, who's just like insane lately with triple doubles aplenty. Team Rookies is the favorite at -125. Tim, this feels like the biggest crapshoot of all. Make it simple for us.
Well, here's why the rookies are the favorite, because they have the most versatile group. You understand what I mean? They're not kind of stuck with a Jared Allen who's, just known as a big. But this is where I get back to motivation. You're going to give me value and you're going to give me the hometown team. Tell me this right now. You think the fans are going to be cheering for these guys? They are. So, the skills things I think is always a hard one to handicap, because some guys are like Joe Cool and they're kind of going through the motions. The fact that these guys are going to be playing in front of their hometown fans, I really feel like this is effort. Like, if you go out there and you put max effort in, you can go out there and win the skills challenge. I think because they're playing in front of their own fans, Kenny, they're going to try as hard as they. Please, you're getting 2-1 here. Please try really hard. Give me the Cavs.
Hey, Tim, that's a really good point. That's good handicapping, the home team and their motivation and their effort. You're probably going to get great motivation. Now, if they had to play defense in this, I would take them right away, because that's the 2 best defensive players in the league. Those guys can really D it up. But this is all about skills, and I think it's going to be the team rookies. Love Giddey and Cunningham and Barnes. These guys really so athletic. I think they have a slight advantage there. But again, if we were talking about defense, I'm going Team Cavs. But in the skills competition, I'll lay the price on the team rookies.
No love for the Antetokounmpo family, Tim. None.
No,
I'm glad you're siding with the Cavs. That's my family. That's my team.
I always thought this about Giannis. He should just change his jersey to Giannis. Forget about Antetokounmpo. No one can say it.
You just said
I'm
it.
Struggling through.
You just said it. You are the pronunciation wizard. Kenny's the Wizard of Odds.
Here's the deal. You get Giannis on his jersey, you get a little fragrance. I spray Giannis on me. Giannis is sexy. Giannis dances. Giannis has muscles. We're all about to go live in a virtual reality world. I want to spray a little Giannis on myself.
I like that. I don't know if he has that. He might have that. He might have his own fragrance. We'll see. But those picks smell fresh. Here's a look back at their picks. Pick to win the slam dunk contest. Tim Doyle's going with Cole Anthony, who's vertically challenged. That's what he says. He's going to have a lot of height between himself and the floor, and it's going to look spectacular. So he's going with Cole Anthony. Kenny White going with the second favorite, Obi Toppin at +170. Pick to win the three-point contest, Fred VanVleet. CJ McCollum is Kenny White's pick. Team Cavs +220. Team Rookies the favorite in the skills challenge at -125.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.